Chapter 6568. Those people were extremely sensitive now. As long as they were slightly involved, they would inevitably become the focus of attention. More importantly, the person she supported had been defeated in the competition. Now the authorities wanted to investigate these things, which was basically a matter of course. She really wanted to call her lawyer and ask the lawyer to help mediate with the United States. But when she thought about the fact that the other party did not allow her to use her mobile phone and might forcibly take her away at any time, she became a little worried. Once she was forcibly taken away in front of so many people, the video would inevitably be circulated, and she didn't know how the outside world would interpret it. Thinking of this, she said to her boyfriend Trevor, "Trevor, call my lawyer and tell him the situation and ask him to find me at the embassy." When Trevor heard this, he realized that Tawana had decided to leave with the agents, so he said, "I'll go with you. I'll call the lawyer on the way." For Trevor, although he had some unpleasantness with Tawana just now, he still loved her in his heart. How could he let his girlfriend face this situation alone? More importantly, Tawana's assistants and entourage were all preparing for the performance backstage. Although they were not far from here, it would be too late to call for help now, so he could only accompany her. At this moment, the agent looked at him and asked, "You are Trevor Kennedy, right?" "Yes." Trevor nodded. "I am Tawana's boyfriend, and I have the right to protect her personal safety." The agent nodded and said, "Yes, you have this right, but you are also on the list of people the FBI needs to question. So please go to the embassy with us. There are some questions that you need to answer, but don't worry, there are not many questions that you need to answer. You just need to cooperate well and the investigation will be over soon. At that time, you can contact Miss Sweet's lawyer and ask her to wait at the embassy." Trevor heard what the other party said pertinently and friendly. So he immediately said, "Okay, then I will go with you." Seeing that Trevor was going to go with her, Tawana's uneasy mood eased a little. She looked at Trevor with a little gratitude in her eyes. So, the two stood up together and walked out with the agents. Mitsui Yoshitoka immediately stepped forward, took out a business card of his own, stuffed it into Trevor's hand, and then said to the two of them, "When you arrive at the embassy, if you are short of time, feel free to call me and I can postpone the performance or even cancel it." The CIA agent smiled and said, "Mr. Mitsui, don't worry too much. Under normal circumstances, we will not delay Miss Sweet's performance. After all, Miss Sweet has a strong social influence. And we don't want to cause any mass incidents." "That's good." Mitsui Yoshitoka was slightly relieved and said, "Then please do it as soon as possible." The agent nodded and said, "We will do it as soon as possible. But the specific progress is not controlled by us, but by Washington. It is late at night in Washington, and they are also working overtime. I believe they will not deliberately delay time." After that, the agent winked at the entourage around him, and everyone took Tawana and Trevor away from the party. As the host, Mitsui Yoshitoka took the initiative to accompany everyone out of the scene and planned to watch Tawana and Trevor get into the car. Seeing that this happened suddenly, some of the others wanted to follow out to see the excitement. But before leaving, Mitsui Yoshitoka turned around and gestured to everyone to stop. Seeing this, everyone tactfully stopped moving forward. At this time, Charlie, who had been silent, frowned and suddenly said to Claire, "Wife, I'm going out for a while." Claire hurriedly said, "Didn't Mr. Mitsui ask everyone to go out with him?" Charlie said, "I have something to talk to Mr. Mitsui about privately. It's related to the feng shui here." Claire hurriedly pulled his sleeve and whispered, "Husband, let's not expand business here. The Japanese may not believe this." Charlie smiled and said, "I'm not expanding business. I'm just a friendly reminder. He's not Miss Faye's friend." Stella realized that Charlie must have other things to do, so she said to Claire, "Claire, just let Mr. Wade go. The Japanese, like us Chinese, believe in feng shui and zhou. After all, their traditional culture is almost all learned from China and localized. If not inherited from the same lineage, at least they are close neighbors.